Hello everybody, I'm Ernest. Today we are in San Antonio, Texas. This is the Riverwalk area, and today's video is going to be about the Alamo. I don't know if some of y'all might have heard of the Riverwalk. It's a very unique part of San Antonio. It's kind of what a lot of the tourists come here for, is the Riverwalk. So we're walking down towards the Alamo and we're going to make a video of it. It's under construction on some of the areas where they're going to build, I believe, the walls, the original walls that's surrounded the Alamo. I don't know what stage they are at this point and what the protocol is to get in the Alamo, but we're going to give it a try.
Do you think you should have been chocolate with
This here is the River Center Mall. We're going to walk through it to get to the Alamo. You don't have to, we just happen to be coming this way. But this is like the center, and the boats will turn around in this area. River Center Mall. So here's a little tidbit about the Alamo. Here inside the River Center Mall, there's the AMC IMAX theater, and in here they run a movie all the time dealing with the Alamo. So if you want to come inside and watch a movie about the history of the Alamo prior to going in or after going in, and you can see it right there, you can come in here. Oh, too much zoom. Come in here and watch that. And I would recommend it so that you can get a kind of a history lesson before you go in to the Alamo. But the Alamo is just outside of the River Center Mall. So just outside of the River Center Mall is also the Manger Hotel, which this is where I took the ghost tour. This is supposed to be a haunted hotel, and there's other supposedly haunted hotels here in San Antonio. I think the Manger is the one where Teddy Roosevelt, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I am, he would recruit for the Rough Riders. And right across the street is another famous hotel. It's the Crockett Hotel, also known for its paranormal activity. Yes, there's the Manger Bar, which is where Teddy Roosevelt actually would like to frequent, and he came here at one time to recruit for the famous Rough Riders. So just on the outside wall of the Alamo is a statue of Teddy Roosevelt, all decked out, just out across the street from the bar that he did. And there's a brief history of it if you care to read it. But anyway, it's all just like everything else, all the information is online. So let's see if we can get into the Alamo. Now, just to make you aware, in the Alamo, I'm not able to videotape or take photos. But I've been there recently in the last year or so, and there's never much in there, just some empty rooms. But out of respect, they have asked for no photography and being done inside of the Alamo. But there really isn't that much to see in there. Well, it's a Saturday and it's pretty busy, but what the process is now is you go to this Alamo Welcome Center and they give you out tickets, and it has always been free, and I can't remember them ever charging for the Alamo. But we're gonna go and get our free tickets and then get in line to get inside the actual church which is the actual church, is that what we call the Alamo. And here's a statue, I believe, of Davy Crockett, who died here. Davy Crockett. So just outside the Alamo is various things like Guinness World Record, all kinds of tourist things to do. There's even a street performer over there. I thought this was all going to go away and they're going to enclose this whole area like it originally was built. Right over there is the memorial for the defenders that they all perished in the Alamo, and that's also, I think, where where Ozzy Osbourne urinated on that statue. I don't know, back in the 80s, I think. So let's go ahead and get in line. Now, some people don't know this, but the original top of the Alamo was not actually there during the battle. That was actually a flat top, but when it was adopted by the Army, I believe, as a horse stable, they put that on the very top there. That was not original, but it's become the symbol of the Alamo, but it's not historically correct. So they just informed me that you can actually take pictures and video inside. They didn't used to allow that. I guess it has been longer than I thought, or didn't realize that you can do that now, because all during my childhood and growing up, you weren't allowed out of respect. So I guess I'm going to videotape and shoot video inside of the Alamo for the first time. Oh, here we are inside the Alamo. Very beautiful. But you can see there's not much inside of the Alamo as time goes, but each room has a little explanation of what this is for. But this was the actual church of the Alamo, but not much in here. There's no pews or anything that you would be familiar with as a church, but that was the original intent of this building, was the church, and it's also the symbol of the Alamo. They always use this as representing the Alamo. I'm sure it didn't look nothing like this back at that particular time. I'm pretty sure the ceiling wouldn't have been so elaborate. I would think it would have been out of wood or something, but I'm no historian, so I don't really know. This is how the Alamo would originally look like, and you can see that there's a flat top. I'm not sure, but I believe that the Alamo church was never finished. So I'm not really sure if I'm saying that correctly. So I'm assuming these are the guys that were killed, and it was 1836 when this all happened. I guess the most famous of all of them was Davy Crockett. And here's the where the leaders: William Barrett Travis, James Bowie, David Crockett, James Butler Boham. It feels strange videoing inside the Alamo, because all my life it's been prohibited. But I'll take you in here and you can see the general layout. So as you come out of the back of the Alamo, you are greeted with a gift shop, just like any tourist destination. They always have gift shops, you can buy stuff. And let's go inside. And this building, Alamo Museum, was erected in 1936. So this particular area was erected in 1936. So I don't think it's a museum anymore. It's pretty much just a gift shop where you can just buy all kinds of stuff Alamo related. There's a map of the Alamo, Alamo trinkets, everything Alamo. Oh, I like this. This canteen, and it says Alamo on it. That's Alamo coffee mugs, coffee shots, not coffee shots, shot glasses, everything Alamo-ish. There's a lot of people in here. I like the come and take it t-shirts that are here. Alamo. Come and tape it is a famous statement that was the first battle, I think, is Gonzales, and their flag was this cannon, said come and take it. When the Mexicans came to take a cannon that they have loaned out to the Texans for protection from Indians. Well, this is kind of unique. There's selling feathers with an inkwell just so you can write like they did way back when. I've never seen that before. And the Declaration of Independence is down there that Texas decided to become free themselves from Mexico. How much are the t-shirts here? I'm just looking here. T-shirts are... Am I missing something? I can't see the price. Oh, $29. I don't know why you would want one of these, but they even sell kazoos, noisemakers, I guess for little kids. See what's back here, jewelry, you know, anything they can sell you. Ooh, they got Davy Crockett sweatshirts. I'm surprised they don't have the Boone skin caps. The raccoon skin caps. I haven't seen one yet. I'm sure they're somewhere around here. All right, so that was the gift shop. Now, see, they got some renovations going on and exhibits out here on the grounds. There's a tent and some cannons. This used to be an irrigation ditch, actually, that was here during the Alamo, and now it's like a pond where they had koi fish in there. So I'm not exactly how this is going to turn out to be once it's fully completed. This is the back of the Alamo, of the church building. Hey guys, it's this front over here. So off to the side is the exhibit hall. Now I was telling the girls that I think this is the collection by Phil Collins, or what's his name, the famous singer. Phil, man, I forgot his name now. Anyway, I think this is his private collection that's on loan here. And we paid like $5 a person to gain entrance into this exhibit. Excuse us. They're taking pictures. Oh wow, we have to go way around. Anyway, let's go inside this exhibit. So, we're on our way into the exhibit hall. Now, I thought this was the exhibit of Phil Collins, the famous singer, but it is not. And I just spoke with the person at the front. He said they're 2 years away from having that exhibit ready for viewing, and that's going to be Phil Collins, who is his collector, and he is the largest collector, I believe, of Alamo artifacts, and he has more stuff than the Alamo has. and that building is going to be dedicated to his collection. So let's go around and see all the different artifacts. I don't want to invade in people's privacy, but let's just go over here. And these are examples of firearms of the period and cannonballs. There's a lot of people in here, so. Primitive frontier Bowie knife. Now, you know, this is where it was started. Hunting bag. I don't want to talk too loud because there's a lot of people in here. Spanish colonial shield. Wow, they were tiny. These are examples. These are not examples. Actually, these are Spanish spurs. These are not artifacts from the Alamo, but just period correct. This one is actually Phil Collins. This is actually his sword. Espada ancha? Short sword. Mexican lands captured at the Battle of Seattle Creek in 1842. So this is an actual, so this one is an artifact from the Texas Revolution War, not here at the Alamo, but at Seattle Creek, which is fairly nearby. This is 1842, is a lancer that the Mexicans would use, or what was it? Yes, Mexican was used. And again, the names of the defenders of the Alamo, which no one survived. So this is a Mexican infantry uniform, just a reproduction. All these are just reproductions, not the actual ones. Of course, they're too clean. That'd be hot to wear during this time of the year, but the battle, I believe, with the Alamo was done in March, which would have been a lot cooler. But and this one is an American Volunteer Uniform, New Orleans gray reproduction. So I think there was some of them were mercenaries, and this is what they would be wearing. So here's something I haven't mentioned today. Have a new phone today, and this phone is a Samsung 22. Tell me if it looks any different. So most of the artifacts here are just loaners and are period correct, but not the actual ones from the Alamo. Like I said, I'm definitely going to come and explore the exhibit when the actual Phil Collins exhibit comes to be. That's going to be the collection to see. So that was the exhibit. I'm definitely going to come back when the Phil Collins museum section opens up, and that's what all this construction that you might see in the background, all these fencing and everything, that's where his exhibit's going to be. But still, it's free to come inside in the church and the museum and to walk the grounds. And that's always nice. And sometimes they have actors, like over here I see an actor over there by the tent, so I'm sure they'll give interactions with you, answer questions, all that kind of stuff. And there's also the long barracks, which we haven't visited yet, and we'll go to the long barracks. And here's that irrigation ditch that was here when the Alamo was actually here. This was actually here when the Alamo was here, but it was used for irrigation. Now it's just a koi pond. So anyway, We're gonna go check out the long barracks. That's where some of the soldiers would have stayed. More enactors, look like a drummer boy. And these are statues of different personalities here at the Alamo. Let's see who we got here. I think this is Travis drawing the line in the sand when he offered, if anybody wanted to leave, that you could go ahead and leave. That's William Travis. He was the commander. I'm thinking this is once again, but I'm not really sure. No, John William Smith, El Colorado. I'm not really sure his significance there. And then, also James Bowie, who was the creator of the Bowie knife. As you can see it, it's right there on his waistband. Some actors that are offering information. This is right behind the gift shop. So this here is actually some examples of the firearm, and the actors explaining some of the exhibits here. So this tree right here was brought here to the Alamo grounds in 1913, and the approximate age was 40 years old at that point. So it is really, the branches are on the ground, and it's just real creepy looking type tree, but a very old tree. So let's go into the long barracks. Right here is a long barrack. It's a Saturday. It's July of 2022. So there's a lot of people out here. Another general outlook of a layout of the Alamo, how it originally was. So let's go inside the barracks. And there's some artifacts inside here too, also, and exhibits. On this side is they're having a video of the Alamo. So it's just a general signage of explaining different things of the community and so on, the U.S. military, Mexicans, and the different phases of the Alamo went through. It was once an army center, and the army used it as, I think, a horse stable or something like that for the cavalry days. So there's been different people that have inhabited, and this thing has been the Alamo was abandoned for a long time. So all throughout its history. So this is an archaeological dig that was done, and just to see the original parts of the Alamo. So those, I'm assuming those are the original stones down there, and everything above it was pretty much added. This would have not have been standing. And here's a history of the long barracks, and my kids will get out of the way, and while I videotape this, would be very nice. This is 1905, how it would have looked back then. So it was pretty much abandoned. Okay, well, thank you for joining me today, and this is going to be the end of the Alamo. I'd say it's worth to come down. It's free, and the $5 exhibit is quite good. So for what you pay for. But in 2 years will be the large exhibit, and that'll be open when that happens. Hopefully my films are coming out good. I got a new camera. Comment down below and let me know how this video looks. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. So one last thing before I actually really shut the video off is this monument is dedicated for the men who lost their lives, and as a Texan I am internally grateful for their sacrifices, and this is the monument that is here in their honor.